Hello everybody and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. We're at the Texas Motor Speedway for the first time in our 2003 NASCAR Winston Cup Series campaign, coming off of a much better run in Bristol than what we had going in Darlington or Atlanta. We do have a new secondary sponsor on the car. We did lose them after the last race. We now have Academy Sports on the car. They just asked that we qualify in 30th position each race. And I'll tell you what, we've got that done for this race already. P24 on lap 1. This is our strongest engine yet in the car. It has 73 power. So hopefully it can mean something good for this fast 1.5 mile track here in the heart of Texas. Out of turn number 4, coming to the line. This is going to be an even faster lap. And P2!
Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas, and today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Samsung Radio Shack 500. Tell us about this track.
Well, finding the right spot to make a move at this track is tough, and doing it at the wrong time will cost you big time in the form of body damage. A slip up, even for a minute, can send you banging off the walls before you know it.
The Coca-Cola car finds himself in a bit of a slump.
He definitely needs a good finish, not just for himself, but for the team, his sponsors, and everyone else involved with that team.
Matt Kenseth, who's currently in the top 10 in points, will try to reach that next step, the top 5.
He's been working hard this season, and it is paying off so far. He'll need a good finish in this one to gain some spots.
Kevin Harvick accomplished an incredible feat in 2001. He won the Busch Series championship while competing full-time on the Winston Cup circuit.
To race all those miles and be as good as he was is simply amazing. I'm sure the extra track time helped him, but you just get tired racing like that every weekend.
Start your engines.
I thought having an upgraded engine in the car, our best one yet, would mean an increase. Didn't think it'd mean an increase quite like that right off the bat there. P2. Ricky Rudd on the pole for this one. Green flag is out, and we're racing for 33 laps in Texas. Rudd gets ahead of us off the line there, but we're not going to lose any more spots for now, except now we got Jimmy Johnson on the high side, along with Bill Elliott going past. Got one of the fantasy cars. 25 coming to our inside, so still relatively slow off the line. Nothing really changed there. So down to P5 for now. But even if we just end up falling back in this race, I mean, I still honestly cannot believe how well we qualified. So as I've discussed with people in the comments and as I've talked about in the videos before, we're going to need to try different stuff when it comes to pit lane. It is our Achilles heel. Not only does the pit crew tend to screw things up, but also it's just so packed in pit road that it causes such mayhem that we're going to have to try different things to just avoid that, because we lose so much time in there. I mean, you take a look at the Darlington race, how much time we lost at Darlington. So we head through 1 and 2 once again. The car a little tight, I will say, in these opening laps. Definitely doesn't seem like we have the long-term pace to stay up here. It looks like we're going to continue to fall back, as we are really tight there in 3 and 4 there. Slide up quite a bit there. Be able to cut back down. We're just trying to minimize these spots that we lose for now. So down to P7 here after 3 laps. So we're going to try to maybe see if we can get the car to the bottom here, putting in a little bit more brake than I'd like to. But that does keep us with Ward Burton here, as these guys here at the front are very fast. It's going to be very hard to stay with them. So, like I said, our goal is to minimize our track position loss here, lose as few positions as possible for the pit stop, because we'll probably end up back to where I think we should be, which is around the 20s. honestly, that first qualifying lap's kind of where I expected to be in this race, was in the mid-20s. Since we don't have really that long-term speed, I really don't know where that speed came from on that second lap of qualifying, as we're now back to P13. Sterling Marlin taking a look down to the inside, as well as, who is that in the 49? I think it's Jeff Purvis, who is running incredibly well in that 49 car, which is a little weird, not gonna lie. So we have a car on pit road. Possibly could be somebody blowing up already. We'll have to see, though, when we come around again, as we make a little bit of contact there with Purvis. Through 3 and 4, Ricky Rudd's starting to get a bit of a gap here between him and the rest of the field here. And yes, it is a blown engine. And it appears to be Rusty Wallace on pit road, so he's out of this race already. As we seem to be finding a relatively decent groove here. Probably going to continue to fall back a couple positions, but the big drop should be over as we make a bit of contact there with Sterling Marlin. Again, car a little tight for what I'd like. I'm going to try to loosen it up, maybe also take the air pressure down when we do eventually pit here. Which I'd say we're just over halfway on our fuel run, or just under halfway on our fuel run, as Jeff Burton now blows up another blown engine in the back. So at least at the worst, we will now finish, what, 41st? The tightness of the car is getting much, much worse as we get reeled in again by the 22 and 49 here. So I'm thinking we pit right before the halfway mark here. Let's pit around lap 15. Even though the fuel can go much longer, the car is just so tight and the tires are starting to wear quite a bit. You can tell there's a bit of damage to the right side on the little, I don't know, indicator thing. I have smacked the wall coming out of 2 because, again, the car's so tight as we then slam Harvick into the wall. Did not mean for that to happen at all.
Here we go. Made his presence felt as he was waiting for Greg Biffle. When Biffle climbed out of his car, you have seen how fenders and tempers can fly.
But again, it shows, oh my God, we cannot turn at all. You know, we're actually going to pit a lap early. There's another car coming down pit road. And we are going to go ahead and come down pit road now. Are you shitting me? I don't need the game to fuck me over, because I can fuck myself over perfectly fine, thank you. I thought I had more room before pit road. It's one of those things where it is so hard in this game to find where the line is. It's one of the things I love about iRacing, or even, you know, modern NASCAR, or, you know, real life, is that they have a cone or a box, you know, something that makes it much easier to indicate where the actual line for pit road speed is. But there isn't that in this game. You just kind of have to guess. And you don't want to slow down too fast in this game, because then the AI will run into you, or you're going to be too slow. But if not, you're going to screw yourself over and speed like I just did, so it's on me, but I'm still going to blame the game a little, if that's okay. I think that's something we can all agree on a little bit. It's a little bit of the game fucking me over, but we'll get on with it. We just got to do what we got to do now and see how many spots this lost me. Seems like it's quite a few, because, I mean, 5 seconds being held's quite a bit. As it looks like we're currently P27. So with the speed of the car, I'm hoping maybe we can claw our way back towards the top 20, which honestly is about where I thought we'd be anyway, so. Alright, it's time for me to unfuck myself from speeding on pit road. So after the pit cycle, we are currently P24, and we definitely have some speed here to catch some of these guys. Some of the guys that just came out of the pits, though, like Mikey, I'm definitely going to have to try to hold up, simply because they're going to have that couple laps extra tire grip. So I need to try to use cars like the 19 here as a pick to kind of slow them down. As I go past there, try to get up to 23rd at least. So I'm going to try to get back to the top 20, like I said, but... So, you know, take away the 5 seconds, I'd probably be somewhere up just down the road there, exiting 3 and 4, so... Like I said, around 20th position, it's just what I was expecting after the pit stop, so... Even screwing myself, I'd say I screwed myself out of almost the 10 position, so I think we might have stayed around 13th, so... It definitely shows that we're improving, especially when it comes to pit road there, because our pit crew had a relatively decent stop there, so... Again, while I'm going to go ahead and blame the game a little bit for it there, this one, of course, being my fault. Screwing myself about 10 positions, but hey, at least with this extra horsepower, even when I screw myself, at least now we're just screwing ourselves into the 20s and not all the way down into the 40s and low 30s like we were at Darlington and Atlanta, so I guess how you can look at it is still a win, in a way, is trying to hold off Mikey here, but he definitely has the pace here with those couple laps fresher tires. Luckily, though, we are using that inside line, which is giving us just a bit more grip through the corners there, helping us stay ahead of him for now. And we're definitely catching some of these guys in front of us. Definitely the 31 and 25 here. The 22 up ahead, who I believe we came in around, so... Could be a lot worse there as I nearly hit the wall coming out too. That was very, very close, as it did allow Mikey to go by. So I guess we'll just try to follow him for now and get past these guys, and who knows, maybe he can get stuck behind somebody and we can get back past him. As I continue to try to undo my own mistake, but we're running fast lap times. Car's handling much better than it did in the first half of this race, so can't be too upset here with the performance of the car in this half, because normally I talk about how it's gotten slower. It definitely feels faster this time, but I think the adjustments helped with that big time. I've been pushing like crazy, and it looks like we might just be able to catch Johnny Benson here before the end of this race, so top 20 still could be in the cards here, but as I say that, I fuck it up really bad and smack the wall out of 2, as you see. Holy crap, our tires are in bad shape. Pitting early may have worked out at the beginning, but it seems to have really hurt our tires in the long run. We definitely still seem faster than Johnny Benson. We're still closing in. 2 laps to go at the line. We'll see if we can track him down here. We're going to have to take it really easy now through 1 and 2, because the car getting so much tighter there, so much out of throttle time now, just to get it through 1 and 2. But we are catching him. We might have a chance here on the last lap here. Drifted up through 3 and 4 there. Slice it back down underneath, use that momentum here, get underneath Johnny Benson. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the redemption to get back into the top 20 after costing us some spots there. I might be able to do that here. I just need to hold off Benson now. Checkered flag, not sure who won the race. My guess is going to be Ricky Rudd. He absolutely dominated that first half of the race. As we come through 3 and 4 here, off the throttle, a little bit of a tap of the brakes here, just to make sure we can keep Johnny B behind us. And we're going to do so. Pretty good recovery after my mistake. Gonna bring it home in P20. We're getting a little bit more consistent in bringing it towards the front, as it's actually Dale Jr. who wins in Texas.
It was all green flag racing in this one.
Yeah, and that can be physically exhausting to these drivers. Not only do the cautions give them a chance to catch up on the racetrack, it also gives both their minds and their bodies a little break. They have all got to be drained after that one.
The Coca-Cola car took excellent care of his race car.
And that'll be a relief on the old wallet, too. Costs big money to keep these NASCAR Winston Cup cars in tip-top shape week in and week out. When you don't damage them on race day, helps save a lot of time and a lot of money.
This has been an MRN broadcast of live NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Until next time, so long and have a great day.
We're continuing to work on our way back up towards the, I don't know, top half, I guess you could say, of the standings here. Now 21st. Still a bit to go to catch Jeremy Mayfield, but we are working our way with some better, more consistent results. As Dale Jr. extended his points lead with that win in Texas, now 146 over Mark Martin, and that was already his third win of this season. So it could be looking like a championship season for Dale. But Martinsville is up next, which should mean more glitched AI pit stops, which hopefully can mean a better result for us. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more NASCAR Thunder 2003 content, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!